NFL Combine over the weekend. Ty Simpson came in at 6'1" and 1/8 inches tall, but he put on a throwing clinic of throwing the football. Everything I read, Lance, he has cemented himself as QB2 in this draft.
Yeah, and I think the Raiders are in a interesting situation because you really can't pass on Mendoza, but I think they're kind of like, is Mendoza that much better than the upside of a guy like Ty Simpson? The only thing, and you mentioned his size, the only thing that franchises are worried about is he is on the slight side right now, and they're worried about the durability. Is his frame at 6'1" and 6'1" plus at 215 pounds, can he take a 17-game regular season beating?
By the way, Fernando Mendoza, 6'4" 3/4 inches. So that much taller and 236 pounds as opposed to 211 for Ty Simpson. That's a big difference.
Yeah, Daniel Jeremiah was singing his praises Sunday on the NFL Network.
Ty Simpson's?
Yes, our buddy DJ talking about him, the way he's throwing the football, his delivery, but primarily his footwork. DJ was like, the thing I love most about Ty Simpson is his footwork.
Quiet feet.
Quiet feet, clean feet. He could not say enough nice things about Ty Simpson. I saw another guy, Tony Pauline, who's not as big a name as DJ or Mel Kiper or any of those guys, but Tony Pauline has been covering the NFL draft for a very, very long time, and I follow him on social media, and he was talking about Ty Simpson, and he said, in his opinion, Ty Simpson has locked himself in the top 12, which is a drastic improvement from where a lot of the discussion about Simpson has been.
That was more than Daniel Jeremiah and the folks at NFL Network said. They say he's the second quarterback, first or second round.
Yeah, top 12. I'll give you the top 12. So these would be, if he is in fact locked in the top 12, he'll be on one of these teams. The Raiders, the Jets.
Okay, he's not going to be on the Raiders because they're going to take Mendoza. Jets are a possibility.
They're a possibility.
2 seems way too high.
Yeah, the problem is the Jets have pick 16,
Yep.
and that's not a problem, but that's more likely where he would go. The Cardinals, who are going to need to address quarterbacks somehow, maybe not through the draft.
If I'm the Cardinals, I'm looking, but not at 3. I think you do want to address quarterback. You have to with Kyler Murray. I mean, inevitably, it seems like he's gone.
The Titans, who are not addressing quarterback. The Giants, who are not addressing quarterback. The Browns, who have all the quarterbacks but still need a quarterback somehow. Washington, who's not addressing quarterback. New Orleans, who I don't think is.
I think they're very happy with Tyler Shock.
Kansas City, who's certainly not. Cincinnati, who is certainly not. Miami, who's going to have to at some point. And the Cowboys, who are not. So if you're locked into the top 12, unless somebody trades in there, you're going to be Jets, Browns, Dolphins in all likelihood.
Well, and let's just push it to 13. The Rams' first pick from the Atlanta Falcons is at 13. They are in need of the quarterback of the future. If I'm Matt Stafford, I really don't want the Rams to take a flyer on Ty Simpson at 13 because I want immediate help and getting over the hump and getting back to a Super Bowl and ultimately winning another championship. But I do think the Rams are in play, and how they package up picks, and the same thing could be for the Jets. He is going in the first round. He's going in the top half of the first round, and it's only getting better and better for Ty Simpson.
Also great news for our buddy Germie Bernard. 4.4840, which was better than he was expected to run. So it's always good when they expect you to run one thing, and because a lot of these guys come to practices and such like that, and other pro days in the past, they have a feel on what Germ's going to run. And he came in faster than expected. Strong hands. The folks at NFL.com says he's a top 50 selection. And in this deep wide receiver draft, to go in the top 50 says a lot about Bernard.
Yeah, I would have said if he doesn't get hurt earlier this year, there's a chance he's in the first round, back half of the first round. I think we all kind of at least speculated that was going to be the case earlier this season. Yeah, I mean, he could ultimately be a steal in the second round. I didn't realize he would have that top-end speed either.
Me either.
But to your point, that shows you just probably how infrequently we saw him 100% healthy.
Well, and my favorite running back, Malachi Lemon, apparently his interviews were awful.
Yeah.
I don't know how much that will drop him. You wonder purposely if he does this because there's some organizations he doesn't want to go to.
But apparently it was a disaster, though. When you read the reports, that his in-person interviews did not go well.
Back to the speed thing, though. Mississippi State wide receiver Brennan Thompson was a 4.2640. Taylen Green, quarterback, 4.3, 640, was great on the vertical jump. So much so that they were discussing during the combine about if you're targeting anybody about a position change, it would be interesting to see if NFL teams talk to Taylen Green about moving to wide receiver.
Man, if you had him at 6'6", if he's got hands, I don't know if he does or doesn't. You know this, that a lot of kids, when they're in middle school, high school, even college, they want to play the glamorous position of quarterback. But if he can make that transition and wide receiver money right now, I mean, his workout was absolutely fantastic. And again, 6'6", with his ability to separate. I just don't know what his hands are like, but I definitely would take a look at that.
Well, I mean, we've seen it work and not work. Like Antoine Randall, it worked. He was a quarterback at Indiana, ended up being a really good receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
And he's also a bonus position player at that point. You could be emergency 3 quarterback.
That's right. Yeah, or, they can always scheme up plays or have the threat of scheming up plays. Then you saw Matt Jones, who was...
He could have been good. I think there was something. Obviously, he got in a little trouble off the field.
Yeah.
But the former Arkansas quarterback goes in the first round of the Jacksonville Jaguars because of the upside. And he had moments. I don't know what didn't work there. But it is interesting that he's a former Arkansas quarterback, too.
I know. Yeah, it's the first thing I thought of when Jim started talking about Taylen Green. I'm like, well, Matt Jones had to do it. I mean, but he went in the first round, to your point. Like, Jacksonville said, this guy is just so athletic. We've never seen him really play receiver, but he is so fast. I mean, you don't remember how fast he was when he would break the pocket.
I remember watching a game, out-of-conference game against Texas.
Yeah.
And him just running all over
down
Texas.
the field. Yeah, and they were like, he is so fast and athletic and big, we'll make a receiver out of him, and it never really clicked for him.
Jeremiah Love was off the charts this weekend, a 4.36 40. The same speed as Jahmyr Gibbs, who is known for getting out of the back door and catching passes and doing great things. Jeremiah Love cashed a check this weekend.
Oh, look, he's by far going to be the first running back off the board. His running mate there at Notre Dame, Tadarian Price, is probably going to be running back number 2. They're saying Mike Washington out of Arkansas, based on how he measured and what he was able to do in the 40, that he could ultimately be running back 3, which is very interesting. He did average 6.5 yards per carry.
I'll give you guys a chance to take back Genty for Jeremiah Love. You said last week that Genty was your guy.
Yeah, I would definitely take Genty. I mean, I like Jeremiah Love a lot. There's a lot of people that believe the 2 best players in this draft are Caleb Downs and Jeremiah Love. You just typically don't take safeties or running back that early. But I think Love's going to be fantastic. I still would take Genty. I mean, the problem for Genty is he went to a shitty organization, and the Raiders, and the offensive line was awful this year.
Maybe he's about to get a good quarterback in front of him. And that's the thing. The reason I went Genty is that you never know where Love's going to go. I mean, if he goes to the right guards, like
the fear around the league, and this is not me saying, but the NFL Network saying the fear around the league is that Jeremiah Love is going to drop 9th to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, no. That is, I can see the league being furious about that.
Jeremiah Love out of that backfield. They get some receiver help.
And maybe go get Tyreek Hill
back.
Yeah.
That they think Jeremiah Love in an Andy Reid system would be really, really good for the Chiefs.
Well, yeah, they went first round with Clyde Edwards-Helaire out of LSU after that great 2019 season. That was so-so. I mean, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was okay.
He didn't live up to a first-round pick, though.
Isaiah Pacheco was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, they haven't had that guy. It would be interesting because I think we all would agree, as good as Mahomes is, he's lost a little bit. And so I think you need more weapons offensively if Kansas City is going to be able to make another run. I don't know if they will.
Kelsey is not declared yet, right?
No,
what he's
not
doing.
yet.
So if Kelsey comes back, and if Love is that good, you add Tyreek Hill back, all of a sudden everybody's going to feel like, wait a minute, the band's back together here. Even though it is different parts, the band's back together. This feels like the teams that.
Well, and the AFC is wide open. I mean, look, you guys really believe the New England Patriots are going to be back there again this year?
Nope.
I do not.
Carnell Tate had a modest 40 time, but they said it will not hurt his draft stock. He'll still be a first-round guy. But we could see 3 Ohio State Buckeyes in the first 5 picks. Sonny Styles was off the charts this weekend, and you could get Caleb Arvell and Sonny Styles, 3 defensive guys in the first 5 picks.
Yeah, I would not surprise me at all. I've seen Sonny Styles fall to like 15 or 16. I would love to see the Rams take a flyer with that kid. I watched. I don't know how much of the combines you guys got to watch, but I made sure I watched Kadyn Proctor run yesterday. Just watching his size, he only ran a 5.22, but the vertical was incredible for Kadyn Proctor. The arms were longer than a lot of organizations thought. So I've seen Proctor move up into the top 15 of this draft.
Yeah, these arm measurements are crazy because that's what's hurting Ruben Bain right now. He is listed, a lot of people have him listed as a loser in the winner-loser category of the combine because apparently he had short arm measurement. Who did you quote earlier before the show when I brought this up? Tyler Siskey.
Tyler Siskey said, man, short arms or not. Look at the tape, man.
Yeah, he had the same short arms playing the top level of competition in the college football playoff, and how'd he do there?
You couldn't block him.
His arms didn't grow for the college football playoffs. They were still short. I tell you what, if Miami drafted Ruben Bain, I'd be so excited about that. Just as far as a pure player, I don't care about short arms.
May get 2 tight ends in the first round, Kenyon Sadiq and Eli Stowers. Is that saying Stowers? Yeah. I always go Stowers.
Yeah, but Eli Stowers is such a interesting guy because a former quarterback. You saw the impact he had on that Vanderbilt offense. And the measurables you knew were going to be really good in Indianapolis. Sadiq is locked in the first round. But what you can do with versatile tight ends, you look at what Tyler Warren was able to do in year 1 with the Colts, Brock Bowers in his 2 years when he's been healthy for the Raiders. These guys, you just can't find those kind of hybrid, really, really good, exceptional tight ends. But both of those guys fit that category.
Combine weekend is in the books now, some personal workouts, and then a little over almost 2 months away, a month and 3 weeks away from the NFL draft.